Hello, everybody! Anime Reflux. It's been a while since we recorded the show, or any show for that matter. But
Don't point that out.
so, uh, I always point that out. I don't know what the show.
You're making me look bad. That's not good.
The show we're doing this week is Anime Reflux, but more specifically, the show for Anime Reflux that we're doing is Future Boy Conan, or Conan the Boy from the Future. There's a bunch of localized titles because I don't know why. But yeah, that is the show we're doing. Hey, remember, I'm going to say last week, but it's not last week, but let's say last week when I was hoping for a hat trick of good shows?
Yeah, incorrectly.
No, that totally worked out. This was a good show.
It was okay. It wasn't great. This shit is old.
It is.
Well, yeah, that doesn't inherently make it bad.
I know,
but negative in its favor.
I know, but it's like jarring. It's like Astro Boy old. This shit is Yatterman old.
The art style it stands out, definitely.
You know what else it is?
Entertaining?
You're going to tell me?
It's a Miyazaki joint.
Huh. Really?
Yep.
No, you don't get to co-op that for anime. That's a Spike Lee thing. You don't get to call something a joint. You don't get to do that.
I'm pretty sure everyone does that for every kind of... But in any case, technically you're correct. I don't think he directed this, but he definitely worked on it. So, yeah. This is probably one of his earlier works.
God, I'm hot right now. Calling it a joint. Where do you get off?
Future Boy Conan, 1999 to 2000.
What?
A spin-off series. That was a spin-off series. The original was actually 1978.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking up some. It was directed by Hayao Miyazaki.
So he did direct it. Cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it a joint.
And he directed the film called The Revival of the Giant Machine, released in 1984.
Yeah, so this is an early work of one of... I'm hesitant to call it anime. It was that early. But yeah, anime's great luminary directors. This is one of the earliest ones of his career. Probably. I don't actually know that much about Miyazaki, and I haven't actually watched anything else by him. But having watched this, yeah, I kind of get it.
This is an adaptation of Alexander Key's novel, The Incredible Tide. It says so, I believe, in the first few seconds of the show. Like, they really want to get across this is an adaptation.
Yeah. But, yeah, I like the art style. I like the animation, like the animating of the animation. I like how surprisingly dark it can be. And then perplexingly not later in the episode, but yeah. This was cool.
It was good, actually. Yeah, no, it's at the very, very end of the episode, but the kid jumps on the plane and just kind of stabs it with a spear, and the way it goes right through the metal is really pretty looking.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt because it's just not hit me. You're saying you've never seen a Miyazaki film?
Nope, never seen one.
I actually have not seen very many of them. I've seen like 2, I think.
Valley of the Wind, never.
This,
nope.
I have to ask, because this is a thing, like, Americans are surprisingly big on Miyazaki films, and I don't know why. Is this a childhood thing? Or
I watched Spirited Away.
Yeah, I was about to say that next.
I think it was like on TV or something.
Yeah, it was all this shit was on TV. You never seen Howl's Moving Castle?
Nope.
I think that's
I don't think any of it crossed over into the UK.
I think that's why a lot of Americans know it, is because it showed up on TV here, just normal TV, which is not usual for that type of stuff. So, yeah.
I don't
So-
even really like his style, but I've seen a bunch of it.
So we're talking about the person who directed those films, along with what was that other one?
Ponyo, no, was My Neighbor Totoro one of his?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was also one. Princess Mononoke was another one he did.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yep.
Hmm.
So he's done a lot of shit.
A lot of really, really well-known and respected stuff, yes. Like, he's... From what I can understand, he's kind of like the Japanese Don Bluth. Who, to clarify, All Dogs Go to Heaven and Secret of Nim and all those with Don Bluth. It's that kind of thing.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah. So... Yeah. I get the hype now. Like, this is clearly not one of his better remembered works, but I can see, just even watching this, that, yeah, there's something to it. I understand now that I should probably watch some of those films. So, this show in particular, though, the world ends in the first minute or so. The world is ending for reasons that I can't get. It was like some super special weapon that wasn't quite nukes, and it destroyed the world, and everyone suddenly built spaceships and fled the Earth. Except one of the spaceships was poorly built and crashed, or it got caught in something and crashed.
It was built well, it just got hit by meteors that were apparently raining down because the planet is fucked.
Ain't that a bitch?
That does raise a question of how meteors... I guess it went through two different extinction events at the same time.
I think it was based on the... Okay, you see a shot of the planet, and it is covered in windstorm. And living in the Midwest, I'm aware of how much damage wind can do when it's blowing really, really fast. So I think it's actually just a rock in a storm that blasts through their spaceship.
Oh, cool.
That spaceship sucks.
I mean, it's like 70s ideas of spaceships, so that's...
The spaceship sucks. We'd already been to the moon by this point.
Actually, yeah, 70s means Star Wars and Star Trek, so yeah, they had... It's details. So that thing crashes back down onto Earth and somehow survives on a tiny little island, and the ocean levels have risen to the point where it is one of very, very few landmasses still existing. And it's like about 1 kilometer across. Yeah. So we flash forward 20 years. There's an old man writing a journal about how everyone from the ship gradually started dying off over time, and apparently only 2 people decided to have a kid.
I mean, there was only like 6 of them, so yeah.
So there is just the old man, Grandpa, I don't think we get his name, and there is Conan, the little boy. He's like 8 or something. So Conan decides that he's going to hunt a shark today.
As you do.
Decides it. He just up and decides that.
Yeah. I mean, I got Hunter x Hunter flashbacks from this, of just, the little kid battling fiercely against a fish, and this is the start of his journey kind of thing. So he goes out into the water, in a little boat or a raft or something, I forget. And he goes to fight this fish. And it's surprisingly hardcore for a fight against a shark.
I actually really like this whole fight against the shark of I have underwater traps. Oh no, they're not enough.
Yeah. This is
It's a-
a badass shark. is
It's
what
a
it
freaking
is.
shark. It has battle scars. Oh no!
Yeah, so he collapses like sections of a building on it, which, fair play, is probably not as effective as it would be on land, underwater, And eventually, after a drawn-out battle that, again, super hardcore with like blood and shit happening, and he eventually kills it and drags it up onto the beach, like literally like a cloak. He's just sort of draped over his back.
That shark is like 3 times his size, and he's just carrying it around.
Look, hey.
Any signs of difficulty?
Sometimes you have a Goku.
Yeah, he killed it. What's he gonna do? Not drag it up there? It's a waste of shark.
He's just carrying it on his back, like hoisted above his head.
Goku does it all the time. It's fine.
Okay. In fairness, most of it is dragging behind him. It's just like the head that he's got over him. But yeah, he sees a bunch of gulls are pecking at something, and he gets curious and goes, "I'm just gonna drag my shark over here, like it's a hat." And the birds scatter, and there's a girl there, and she is unconscious. And at first he's like, I need to go get help. But then the birds come back, and he's like, oh, I probably shouldn't just leave her like this, and goes back and tries waking her up, which he succeeds at. And so she is greeted on waking up from nearly drowning, presumably, by a face full of shark. Just all shark. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
As routines go. So she passes out again, and it was 2 weeks ago that I watched this. So
they bring the girl back into and honestly, like the next 10 minutes is spent just talking about her.
Yeah. Oh, and their house is the rocket that crashed, apparently nose down into the earth.
And they keep their fresh water supply, because it is an island, inside the rocket with all the metal. And it's not sanitary. That's not sanitary. I worry for that.
Yeah, it's worked for 20 years.
Also, how is the planet regrowing itself after 20 years? Plant life does not grow that fast. Not like to this degree anyway. It doesn't seem like. I don't know.
And it's radioactively enhanced,
Yeah,
plant life.
just like
I mean,
Conan.
I would genuinely buy that. If they said, like, for some freak reason, the plant life has accelerated growth or something like that, I would believe it. Extinction event and all.
Yeah. So, there is a whole sequence of, ooh, I've never seen a lady before, which raises more questions about the parents, but we'll just brush past that because this is very obviously, fairy tale logic kind of thing.
When I say Goku, I mean I'm getting serious Goku vibes. I think that
Goku was like 5 years after this.
I know. I think Goku was inspired by this.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to get across.
Not to mention adaptation, so possibly even longer. So,
The novel
never
came
seen
out
a
in
girl before,
1970.
and Grandpa's like, you need to go away because she's going to change. And she and Grandpa have a conversation about where she came from, and there's like one place called Industria and another one called something else. Anyone remember?
What was that? High Harbor. That's it.
High Harbor, yeah. So Industria is like this place full of assholes, and High Harbor is this nice idyllic place where everyone is lovely and peaceful, and there's grass and farms and kitties and puppies, and everyone's happy all the time. Dragon Ball Bridge reference. And she's trying to get to High Harbor, and okay, cool, we have a plot progression. Even more so because a plane flies over, a seaplane, and lands near the island, and two people come out of it in wetsuits. One of them is generic goon-looking dude, and the other one is generic femme fatale-looking lady. Kind of
I call him Team Rocket.
basically, yeah. Kind of. Except, like really early Team Rocket when they were still trying to be menacing. Girl whose name I've forgotten is told to run away and hide. Grandpa says to these two that, hey, there's no girl here. They're looking for the girl. There's no girl here. I've never heard. It's just me and my Conan, little boy.
I don't think he even mentions Conan.
That's true. He doesn't. He says, it's just me on the island, and that comes back briefly, but unimportantly when Conan reveals himself, and it's still not the person they want, so they don't really care. And
there's a pretty good little exchange where the grandpa's like, "Why are you doing this? This is what ended the world. Why are you waving around these weapons?"
And then they, in response, say, "Yeah, well, you ended the world, so why the fuck should we listen to anything you have to say?"
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty solid exchange. Like, fair points on both sides, kind of. So something happens, and they get pretty aggressive, and so he pulls out a rocket-like thing that's not a rocket, but it looks like one.
Basically, it's an RPG.
Yeah, so he pulls that out and says, "Get the fuck off my island." In different words, obviously, because it's, kid story. And they're like, okay, we'll do that, because that's okay. Yep. Bye then. I guess there's nothing. The girl's not here. It's fine. Let's go. Go and die, old man. Kind of thing. And while the lady says that, the dude is apparently kind of a dumbass and a bit of a prick, and turns around and tries to shoot the old man, who is holding an explosive or poisonous weapon. It's not clear. And the bullets hit the weapon, and yeah, that's bad. So they run for it, and Conan reveals himself, and they're like, I don't care, run away, run away. Grandpa tells him to run, and so Grandpa gets exploded in the thing, which doesn't kill him for reasons.
At least not yet.
Yeah, I'm still not clear what that thing's supposed to be. He's just kind of covered in soot or something.
I guess we're not going to show limbs blown off on the show like this, but we don't know yet because it was only the first episode. Who knows?
Yeah. So the girl reveals herself because, explosion, scary, blah. And the villains take her, and Grandpa's like, Conan, go after her, save her, and stuff. And so he does chase after the plane. And
to which Conan should have replied, bitch, I'm 8.
Yeah, but
that kid could run like 50 miles an hour. What the fuck was up with that?
What else is there to do on that island?
Yeah, you run you hunt sharks, and turns out that gets you pretty buff, and you can do some pretty cool shit. Go figure. I mean, makes sense to me.
Fair enough.
So he chases down the seaplane, climbs aboard it, and stabs the wing with a spear. Successfully. Again, hunting shots. I can buy it. Hunting sharks. With a K, not the other thing that I said. Yep.
Gross.
Gonna move past that little slip there. That's not what I meant to say, but it's fine.
Sure.
And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Conan is hanging on the wing of a seaplane that he's just stabbed, and it is probably going to crash.
get a little bit of Die Hard or The Vengeance up in this bitch.
Hmm.
Or Mission Impossible up in this bitch, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of basically watching a bootleg YouTube version, and that's just kind of where the episode didn't even really end. It just, that's where the video was not a video anymore.
That was the end of the episode. After that, it was credits. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even get the...
So,
Good to know I didn't miss anything.
yeah, that was a pretty good show. I'm
It
not
was.
gonna lie.
Wow.
Totally
No,
down.
it's not like as bombastic as some of the shows we have on here, but honestly, it was pretty good.
It has a compelling premise. There's a lot of mystery in that world.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm not really into the mysteries of High Harbor in the perfect place, and then
I'm
Industrial is the
saying
evil mechanical empire or whatever the crap.
There's something that, like, it has my curiosity, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And whether or not this can compel me to watch the rest of this, I don't know. I wasn't really too hot on it. But I don't know exactly where it's going. I haven't read the book. I kind of want to read the book. I'd probably be down to watch another episode or so of this.
Yeah. Like, the story isn't especially compelling in the sense of it's something new and interesting. This is a story we've seen before. Like, Dragon Ball is basically this. Girl shows up, there is a boy, he has never seen a girl before, and they go out and have adventures.
Yes, but I need to know if Conan goes Super Saiyan. This is important to me.
I'm just going to let that one pass. So, it's not anything new or novel, pardon the pun, but there's a charm to it that a lot of... I'm not really the nostalgia kind of guy for old anime. Like, a lot of old anime I just think looks like shit, and I'm not really interested in watching it. Like, I could not go back and watch Dragon Ball Z. Even if I wanted to. The animation... But...
That's why Z-Kai exists.
But this, despite its age, looks good. And there's a charm to it in the animation and what they put together for it in terms of that, more than the story. Like, I want to watch this to watch this more than anything else, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that perspective completely.
It's we've kind of gone the other way on art style, where people were wanting the digital stuff more and more because it looked cleaner and crisper, and now it's like, kind of want it to look a little janky.
So, any other thoughts on this before we just kind of roll a new one?
No, it was gently good. It really is the thing. It's not as loud as a lot of the shows we watch, but it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we roll?
Let's roll.
Don't tell me what to do.
Kenshi, roll.
What's the magic word?
Roll.
That's not it.
Okay, you don't want the job. 0, roll.
I already rolled, you asshole. It's 25.
25.
That would be... Is that Z right now?
That's Z, yes.
Yeah, since we got rid of whatever letter it was, we got rid of a while back.
Google
11
is a little slow right now.
11. All right, let's see. Yeah, Goku Anime's being a jerk. Does anyone see it yet? So I can roll this thing?
Patient said it's 11. You got to roll.
Okay. Well, this is anticlimactic. 1.
The winner is called ZX Ignition. Z\X:ignition.
No Zatch Bell just yet, patient. No Zatch Bell just yet.
That's under K.
Oh,
Okay, I found it.
I got it.
Okay.
it's the first thing.
The story is set in the not-so-distant future. Next Sunday.
Deja
maybe.
vu.
Uh,
I think I've been
five
to this place before.
black points suddenly appeared around the world as portals to parallel worlds. Immediately after, strange creatures began their invasion from these portals. These creatures are the inhabitants of 5 worlds. 5 portals, that makes sense. The same worlds in different time frames. Okay. In order to ensure their own future time frame survives, each of the 5 invasion forces battle to wipe the other future time frames out. The key is one card-shaped device.
Ooh, so it's interdimensional Yu-Gi-Oh! Cool.
It sounds like it, yes. Okay. That's...
Yeah, that doesn't really explain why the timelines need to cannibalize each other to exist.
Because they do. That's why. Because they do.
Maybe the 5 potential timelines and time hasn't moved up to their point in existence yet, but the current time determines which one of these 5 different timelines is the true successful future.
Confusing, but sure.
I should have counted how many times you said time in that sentence. It's like the one with Jet Li. Jet Li has to kill himself like a bunch of different times to be the best Jet Li.
So this anime is from 2014. 12 episodes long, and its source is a card game.
It's 12 episodes. I'm pretty sure this is meant to sell something.
Yeah, it's a collectible card game it's trying to sell. Yeah.
Yay, we got a jewel pet. I'm just gonna call the merchandise anime, just gonna call them jewel pets from now on.
ZX Zillions of Enemy X. It's the card game.
We don't care because we're not gonna play it.
I want to find. Let me look for these card decks. Ooh, look at all.
Yeah, you
look
do
at all
that.
these cards.
You do that, and good luck finding anyone else that'll actually play.
Look at all these waifus printed on this to try to desperately sell this card game that nobody plays.
Good luck getting English prints.
Are we quite finished?
No,
Are we going to veto? Or
I mean, there's no reason to, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'd put in my vote for a group veto if you guys wanted to, but I don't feel strongly about.
Fine.
Yeah, no, the art style doesn't actually seem offensive enough for me to say veto.
Alright. Jewel pet, card battle, time travel, bullshit.
Better than the
ZX
Virgin
is gonna
Witch.
Yeah, okay.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Well, we'll find out someday, won't we?
I place my card in Z position. I place my card in X position.
That sounds lewd.
ZX.
I don't know what Zero is saying, and I don't want to, but we have to watch the anime anyway, so that's the show we're going to do next week.
I'm making up stuff, so it's fine.
That's literally the point. He's just making up things that...
Yay. Z/X : whatever the crap the rest of the title was, because the punctuation is hard enough to remember. Thank you very much. Is the show we're going to be doing next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you guys.